What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 4 of our Liverpool FC Let's Play here in FM20. Yes, hopefully you guys are good. Today, Manchester City is the game that we're going to be doing. That was what I asked and ended the last episode with. If you did miss last episode, because I uploaded it quite late at night, make sure to go check that out before you get into this one. And also, just a heads up, if this video hits 500 likes in the first night it's uploaded, tomorrow we will have Football Manager 2020, 25 years in the future, coming your way on the channel. So if you want to see that, do drop a like on it, and yeah, it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the FM20 content we've been doing. Anyway, it is the start of November, so it's been a long time since you were last here. Of course, our last episode was against Napoli, where we spanked them, and well, you can see looking at it here, we've played 9 matches in total, and it's not been completely plain sailing, unfortunately. You can see we started off with a good little win against Southampton, Salah and Firmino grabbing the goals for us there. A good performance all in all, Salah picking up the man of the match award. We then beat Bournemouth convincingly in the Carabao Cup. You can see here they did get a goal through Callum Wilson, which was actually an equaliser. Fortunately for us, we held on for the win. Dybala and Firmino, the goal scorers there. And, well, in our next game, the only defeat in the league season so far, it was against Watford. They played very well against us, caused us some issues. And as you can see here, ultimately, they ran out victors. They scored a few long-range efforts. I've seen people complaining about it on the beta. Long shots are a thing. They did come back to bite us there. And, well, if they came back to bite us against Watford, they certainly helped us a little bit here against Bayer Leverkusen. We won 5-1, yes. A variety of goal scorers as well. Firmino got us off to a flyer. Jordan Henderson and Mane with goals to wrap up the first half. And then it wasn't until kind of the last 5 minutes of the second half that this game really burst into life. There was a flurry of goals. It actually started with Bellarabi making it 3-1. And then from there, well, we responded quite nicely. Salah with 1, Firmino with his second of the game. All in all, a very good performance. Of course, Bayer started the group stage superbly, so we always knew it was going to be a tough challenge against them. However, to be honest, this was anything but tough. We just played really well. Anyway, our next game against Leicester, it was the first game that Alisson was back and fit and ready to play in goal for. Unfortunately, he couldn't stop a Jamie Vardy effort from range. It flew into the top corner. And, well, we did manage to get an equaliser, fortunately. It came through Van Dijk. It was this game against Leicester, which we really should be winning, but ultimately we have to accept a point from it, even if it is a little bit begrudgedly that I take it. And yeah, that's kind of where things are left. You can see here Van Dijk looking very good. He was, of course, the goal scorer in that game. He's not bad, is he? Anyway, there were a few other games that we played after that Leicester game. We beat Aston Villa 4-1. Lokomotiv Moscow we beat 5-0 to continue what has been a superb start to our attempt to retain the Champions League. We then beat Bournemouth 1-0, and then we beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. But that wasn't really the whole story here. You can see we got an early goal. They scored a goal immediately into the second half, which followed on from a red card. Fortunately for us, Danny Olmo to the rescue. He's been getting some big important goals for us. 4 of them so far this season and 3 assists. And yeah, we continue marching on in the Carabao Cup, which of course is always a good little thing. So yeah, it's been a few months since you were last here. In terms of other stuff going on off the pitch, you can see that we've got a few requests going. We've increased the junior coaching budget and the youth recruitment. We've also got improved youth facilities on the horizon. I really want to invest into youth here at Liverpool and get a good, hopefully batch of youngsters coming through. If we just look here at our youth candidates, we're still awaiting that first little preview of what our, new regen intake might look like. We'll keep an eye on that. You can see as well, we are expanding the stadium. Our current capacity is 54,000. It's going to be in the region of 58,000 after that expansion, so that's pretty hefty. And obviously that's looking very good for us. If we just look at the league, of course, we did slip up against both Leicester and Watford. And as a result, we find ourselves in second behind Manchester City. We do have the best goal difference in the league, but you can see between ourselves, Arsenal and Chelsea, we're all quite tight at the top, and even Norwich and Manchester United aren't too far away either. Today's game against Manchester City is going to be absolutely huge, you'd imagine. At the other end of the table, it's Brighton, Villa and Southampton currently occupying the relegation zone. But it's been an interesting little period. We've been playing well, but we've not looked completely unbeatable. I think the big kind of takeaway and the big positive, I guess, has been just how good we've been from a goal-scoring perspective. We've not been leaning on a single player. Dybala has 10 goals, Mane and Firmino with 8 each, and Salah with 7. Unfortunately, you can see here Salah has been out with just a little injury. It wasn't anything too serious. It was just a tight thigh that he picked up a couple of days ago. I am going to play him in the game. We are going to start him. I think he'll be okay to play in the game against Manchester City. You can see here, Firmino is currently wanted by a few of the big teams, and there is a little voice in the back of my head thinking, should I sell him to PSG if they were to bid, I don't know, 100 million? And the voice in the back of my head is kind of saying, yes, Jack, you probably should accept that. He's 28 years old, to be fair, Firmino. He's not getting any younger, although he is a player very much in his prime. But I have been looking at what we could do if we did want to sell him. Dybala, I know a few people mentioned in the comments a couple of episodes ago about Dybala potentially playing as the complete forward or as a striker in our team. Definitely could do that role for us. And as a potential advanced playmaker, as well as, you know, the players that we already have. The player who's really been sticking out at me has been Christian Eriksen, who we can take a quick look at if the player search wants to load and clear correctly. Thank you. And if we just scroll through, I'm hoping we'll find him not too far down this list. I've probably gone past him by now. But of course, Eriksen's contract is expiring at the end of the year, and he has been talking about wanting to leave. Right now, the estimated cost is 46 million. For a player's contract's expiring at the end of the year, I'm hoping his value is going to plummet and we're going to be able to snap him up for a bit cheaper than that. Of course, I'm a little wary that a team might come in and offer him a pre-contract, in January, which we can't do as a fellow English club. And so we might have to bid some money on him. But that's one of the options I may be exploring in the back of my mind if we were to get rid of Firmino. And I'm not saying we definitely would. Maybe Christian Eriksen could be the player to help us solve that problem. But it's a problem that we don't really need to worry about too much. If we just look at the squad as a whole, in general, the average ratings have been very, very good. You know, players have been performing exceptionally well. In terms of the players making big appearances, Joe Gomez actually currently leads the way here for starts at the very least. You can see he's improved a lot. He's been playing right back for us occasionally as well. We have been having to rotate our fullbacks. In real life, Liverpool really get away with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson playing most games. We've not really had that liberty here. You can see here Benjamin Henrichs has currently played 6 starts and 4 appearances on off the bench. Sometimes Gomez is filled in at right back. We've had Fabinho play at right back as well. There has been a little bit of fitness management to be done. We've had a few international breaks, and I believe we've got one on the horizon following the Locomotive game later next week. It's kind of a bit of an empty November, really, compared to the previous few months. But that is kind of welcome. Of course, we are going to have the World Club Championship coming up in the not-so-distant future. So that's certainly one thing we've got to have our eyes ahead to. As you may have seen in real life, Liverpool have currently got to play the Carabao Cup and the Club World Championship semi-finals one day apart. They're going to play 2 completely different teams. I don't know if that will happen in Football Manager if we get to that point. We are still in the Carabao Cup. I don't know if the draw's been made for it yet. It doesn't look like... Oh, it has. We've got Chelsea. It's not ideal. It has been put in January, interestingly enough. So that might have already been pushed back in anticipation. Either way, once the World Club Championship gets kind of penned in here, our fixture congestion might get a little bit silly, but we might also get some games in hand, which is going to make this result against Manchester City all the more important. We will notice I've still got the yellow little mark next to our team. If we just look at what I'm following, I can't get rid of this. So if anyone from Sports Interactive happens to be watching, because of course we are on the beta, I've got like a note that I just can't get rid of, and it's really been annoying me. I'm now trying to remember where notes are kept, because I just don't use them at all. Oh god, this is awkward, isn't it? You can tell the stuff I don't use. So if I go to Notebook here, if I hit delete note, it just doesn't get deleted. I accidentally created these by creating notes in my inbox. If anyone knows a way I can get rid of these, please let me know, because the little square above my team's name is starting to upset me a little bit. I don't like little yellow squares. I keep thinking my screen's broken. It's a disaster. Anyway, enough about the disaster. Let's talk about what we've got here, which is a game against Manchester City. The team who really were the first team to undo us with our new system, but it was the first game that we ever played using the system, and we created far more. So with that in mind, perhaps slightly naively, I'm going to play it today against them, and we're going to see how we get on. In terms of the team, we are going to chance Salah, so we're going to go with Alisson at back. Finally, he is fit. Hopefully, he can return to full fitness sooner rather than later. Along the back, we've got Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Alexander-Arnold. Fabinho and Henderson are going to play as the duo in the centre of midfield. Mane, Dybala, Salah and Firmino up top. On the bench, we've got options Origi, Olmo, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Wijnaldum, Naby Keita, who's come back from fitness and looked pretty good when we've given him chances. Yeah, I'm kind of keen to see what we can do here. Potentially a first league appearance of the year for Naby on the horizon here. We'll have to see if we call upon him. But anyway, let's get into this. A massive, massive game. We're at home for it. I feel like we have to consider ourselves the favourites. Really want to get the players fired up for this game. It's not been the most successful of team talks, although we've kind of rescued it a little bit at the end there. And well, let's see how we get on in this. We want to make amends for that previous 3-1 defeat. We want to show why we are battling at the top. This is two teams separated by just a point right now. It's anyone's game, but at home, I feel like if we want to win the league, we have to win this game. Anyway, Alexander-Arnold actually finding quite a lot of space here. Inside to Fabinho. Now with Henderson, back wide of Alexander-Arnold. What's he going to do with it now? Knocking the ball around nicely. Has switched all the way to Robertson. Now with Dybala, who hits it. Not far over. Fires it into the cop. May have hit a fan on the head. And well, Manchester City's clean sheet lives to fight another day. But early on, things are looking good. You can see here, they're trying to play out from the back. And you can see that front four for us. Well, trying to press high, although they have managed to get the ball over the top. And this is where we can look a little exposed. It's going to be with Mendy at left back, who's already on a booking. De Bruyne now with it and back with Mendy. Of course, Mendy, a pretty attacking full-back option. We can't afford to give him too much space, and well, give him space we are right now. He's having a little bit of interplay, and now it's with Sterling. Back with Mendy, finding himself in lots of space in the wide areas. Mendy again getting it. It's all going through. Him, De Bruyne and Sterling having their own little game. Unfortunately for Manchester City, they've given away the ball. That could be a short back pass. Ederson does deal with it. Firmino wins it though, and now we could break. Salah should switch the play. Does switch it. Dybala's got to finish this. He scored a one-on-one. I know it's become a little bit of a meme that in FM20 players don't score one-on-ones. I feel like less going than I would expect. But I don't feel like they're impossible. And Dybala's tucked one away there for us. It's his 11th of the year, showing his striking potential, maybe. Yeah, really nice little goal, actually. Salah, who is carrying that knock with the ball across. And with that, we move up to top. We've been all over them early on. Maybe not in terms of possession, but in terms of just the chance creation. And well, we could create something else here. Firmino and Henderson, who hits it, deflects, falls to Salah. Shot deflected. Dybala can't get an effort away. Falls to Fabinho. Not great by the Brazilian at centre mid, was it? Not standout, put it that way. And neither is that throw in. Straight to Raheem Sterling, the former Liverpool man. On this occasion, skews it over the crossbar. That is a bit of a let-off. I'm not even going to pretend that I wasn't panicking. Also, why are our players all like doing the creep behind their players? I mean, De Bruyne has scored. Can we discuss the fact that what were our defenders doing behind? Was it the freak or the creep, the Lonely Island dance? What are they doing? They're doing it. I mean, if you don't know the reference, it's very, very niche. But they were doing the freak. Or was it the creep? I think it's the creep. I'm now trying to remember which celebrity sang that with Lonely Island on. I don't know. There's enough of my random pop culture references that only a minority of people are going to understand. Let's focus on the game where we are on the attack. Trent, what can you do for us? Number 66 cuts inside, switches it to Mane. Playing that inverted winger. Back to Robertson, who whips it in. Firmino can't get the header. Henderson. Bit of a looping header. And in the end, Ederson managed to collect it quite nicely, to be fair to him. Half an hour gone. 1-1. And kind of annoyingly, Manchester City look rather solid right now. They're having significantly more of the ball than us, although we are creating a lot more in the way of shots, which I guess is good. It seems like we're winning the ball in quite advantageous areas and catching them out. And well, we're doing it again here. Unfortunately, on this occasion, Dybala, you can't beat the keeper in the one-on-one. Ederson, on that occasion, up to the save. I just noticed, looking at Manchester City's team, they've signed Regani from Zebra. Or should we just call them Juventus? We'll call them Juventus. If you don't know, Juventus not licensed this year in FM, at least right now. Anyway, Alexander-Arnold whips it in to Mane. Keep it alive. He does keep it alive. What's Robertson going to do? He tries to pick out Dybala. Unfortunately, it's intercepted. Can we build from the back again here? Virgil van Dijk back to the young centre-back Gomez. What a ball that is to Mane. Exceptional from deep. Now with Fabinho. It's Alexander-Arnold. Lovely, lovely build-up play. This deserves something at the end of it. Mendy, though, does tackle away. Now we need to get back in position, and well, we will. We could be going to VAR for something. What is VAR? VAR has decided something wasn't a foul. I mean, I didn't see the tackle or whatever VAR was checking, but VAR's checked something and apparently it was nothing. So there you go. I was about to do a shout and then I realised it's half-time and then a highlight started playing. Could we get a late goal? A late sucker punch, perhaps? Gomez switches it to Andy Robertson. What are you going to do here, Andy? Back to Firmino. Mane nods it across. Firmino, no tight angle. Play it back. We'll take that. Gomez. Robertson, what's happening here? We are pressing them in. Firmino hits the woodwork with a header. Not convinced that Ederson's diving attempt was a good one. Gomez still wide with it here and back with Trent. Ball switched again to Robertson. Can he pull it across? He does. Salah's there. How did that not go in? Did Ederson stop that? That looked weird from the angle that we had. Can we... I want to look behind the goal. Not 2D, behind the goal. What happened here? How did Salah miss this? How did... answers on a postcard. It looked weird, didn't it, from the angle? I've started this too late. So Mane, Salah. Oh no, this is the bit here. So it goes back wide. I feel like Salah should score this. He hit the woodwork. That's why it looked weird. I was like, that didn't look like the keeper touched it. The keeper didn't touch it. The woodwork was touched. Back to 3D we go. I know a few of you getting a little excited seeing the 2D in action there. I think there was a stat. It's like less than 10% of people now use 2D. I'm one of those that was converted. I used to be a 2D enthusiast. Then 3D kind of started looking okay, and now I use that. Anyway, it's 1-1 here. They did have a half chance there. I've got to give it to them. We've had 3 clear-cut chances and 1 half chance, and we've taken 1 opportunity all game. That's frustrating, and that is reminding me a little bit of last time we met up against Manchester City. In the Community Shield, we had loads of opportunities. We had more clear-cut chances, and we didn't take them. It's a similar story here. We're not having as much of the ball, but that doesn't bother us, really. We're all about winning the ball high up the pitch and causing them issues, playing, quite keenly and directly, trying to get the ball forward fast. We're going to do that here through Alexander-Arnold. Out right back, whips it into Robertson, nods it down to Mane, hits it, falls to Dybala, who takes a snapshot, and he rubs his head and pats his belly, and he deserves to do that. What was that celebration? Sorry, what? I think he just dislocated his lower waist. I mean, it's a lovely, lovely finish, but the celebration was questionable at best. Robertson down to Mane, his shot blocked, fell to Dybala, made no mistake there. Can we see the celebration again? I hate to watch another highlight, but I'm just a little bit concerned that Dybala disconnected his spine. Oh, okay, it played correctly that time. That's how it should have looked. It definitely didn't look like that last time. I'm not going crazy. Anyway, we've got 1 goal prior to the hour mark. Could we get a second in a matter of minutes? Robertson whips it in. Otamendi out to Dybala, who hits it against the woodwork. We've hit the crossbar so many times today. So many times. And now Manchester City bring it away. I mean, it would be cruel if we got hit on the counter now, wouldn't it? We're not going to, fortunately. Fabinho's picked up a booking. I'm going to play it safe and just take him off. I'm actually going to bring in Naby Keita and drop Henderson back to play defensive mid. Firmino's not the best game. Neither has Mane, who I'm actually going to take off for Dani Olmo. I think we'll go with a double change here on the hour mark. Bring a little bit more creative spice into the midfield, maybe with Keita and also Olmo. Only 15 minutes left now. I mean, I'd kind of happily cling on to a 2-1 lead. But equally, I don't want to start playing defensively and start inviting pressure on us. And, well, De Bruyne has an effort. That was a heart-in-mouth moment, wasn't it? I was convinced it was going to fly in. Fortunately for us, it's gone over the crossbar. 5 minutes left. We've got 1 last change. I'm going to take off Henderson and I'm going to bring in Wijnaldum just for a fresh pair of legs. Wijnaldum is deceptively good defensively as well. I really like what he brings to the table. Gomez trying to whip it in. Falls to Robertson. Maybe. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Mahrez now with it. I'm noticing that Joe Gomez seems to be on all throw-ins for some reason. I might want to investigate that because I feel like he could get caught out of position. Olmo bringing the ball forward here to Dybala for the hat-trick. Can he finish it? He can't. Keita was almost there for the rebound. Firmino narrowly over the bar. Chance after chance after chance. It could have been so many more than 2-1, and we might live to regret it because there is a chance in the dying embers of this game. It's whipped in. Silva. He's headed it over the bar now. They've had 1 half chance all game. We've had 4 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances. I will remind you, Football Manager no longer shows the end of the game highlight, and neither does it show the kickoff highlight unless something's going to happen. With 45 seconds left, the fact we are watching football here, it scares me. I can't pretend it doesn't. I want to believe it could be us getting a goal as Olmo applies the press. 30 seconds left. Please tell me this is just a weird thing where we're getting shown the end of a game. They can't score now. It would crush me. Keita wins it. Now with Gomez, who lumps it forward. Bobby should get there. He will get there. Dybala's in the middle if he picks him out. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he's done there, but I think that might be all she wrote. And indeed it is. 2-1. It's our signing, the big man on campus. It's Dybala, who has single-handedly won us that game and sent us top. He's top goal scorer for us this season. And he looks very, very good, doesn't he? He has been absolutely superb. And he's continuing to improve, which is particularly exciting. Yeah, really can't argue with that one little bit. You can see we go top of the league now. This is actually the lunchtime kickoff. So we'll continue forward here just to see what the rest of the results here are. The big teams really to look at are Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal, we need Sheffield United to do us a favour from 17th. Can you do it for us, Sheffield United? A team who I think are defying all expectations in real life right now. Can they defy my expectations for what they can realistically do here? The answer is a resounding no. They've lost 4-0. Right, Chelsea, can you slip up, please? Wolverhampton Wanderers at home against Chelsea. That's an okay game, I feel like. That's a game where Wolves could win. I want to believe in them. I want to believe that Wolves are going to do it for us. Are they going to do it for us? They're not. Pedro and Abraham's goals ultimately enough. So at least for now, we do stay top of the league, but you can just see how tight it is here. There are 4 teams separated by 2 points after 11 games played, almost a third of the season gone, and it's still very much all to play for. Anyway, folks, in terms of when we'll be back, we have got that Chelsea game on the horizon, but it's not... Well, it's quite soon, so we might come back for that. Let me know if you'd like to see it. We're also going to have the World Club Championship get organised. That could completely shuffle around these fixtures anyway, so we'll come back whenever we come back. It will be episode number 5, and, well, you guys will know what to expect. If there's anything that we've not covered so far, or anything I've not talked about that you want me to hear me talk about in terms of how things are going here at Liverpool, do let me know it down in the comments, even if it's just a youth player update, you want me to go through some of the training that we have. Anything like that at all, yeah, I'd be interested to know what you guys would like to see more of in these episodes. But that is going to be all from me today. Just as a reminder, if we do hit 500 likes, there will be an episode of Football Manager 25 years in the future. We're also going to be doing 50 years and 100 years in the next week or so, so do keep your eyes out for that. And, well, that is going to be all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It is me, Jack, and, yeah, I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.